What's up, guys, and welcome to today's vlog. I actually had something planned, but we just watched arguably the worst episode of television I've ever seen, and it sidetracked me enough that I thought I would make this video instead. So, today we are going to talk
Is this
about...
what your whole video is going to be about?
Yep, probably. Maybe not. We're going to talk about Stranger Things, Season 2, Episode 7. Now, first and foremost, yes, we are behind. We have 2 episodes left. We just finished Episode 7. Technically, we should only have 1 episode left. That shouldn't have been...
Here's what's funny about this. We had talked about how there was an episode everybody hated, and then forgot about it. And as we were watching this, you were like, is this the episode everybody hated?
Is this the episode everybody hated? Because I didn't even know which episode it was. I just knew people would hate it. But within the first couple of minutes of this, I was just like, this episode sucks. The whole season up to this point is great. And this episode doesn't necessarily take away...
It was just random and off the wall, and it didn't fit in with the rest of the episodes.
It's useless. This episode is the... What were their names in Lost? Paula and...
Yeah.
It was that episode of Lost where it's like...
Much. We're just off the wall, yeah.
Everybody took a vacation and they were just like, oh, we still need to film an episode.
Yeah.
That's what this episode...
But my friend Billy had a good point, and he said that it almost seemed like they were setting it up for a spin-off.
Which I will not watch.
And I could totally see that, like they were just setting that up. But you would think they would have done that like as a bonus episode or something instead of tainting the season.
Well, the thing is, like, for example, the episode of Golden Girls that was the basically prepping you for the spin-off
for Empty Nest.
Yeah, wasn't a garbage episode.
It wasn't great, but I didn't detest it like that.
Leading up to this episode was perfectly fine. Episode 1 through 6, fantastic. And I get the idea, I guess, that they were going for, but it's useless. And the episode... This reminds me of watching, like, an AMC show where it's like the first 5 minutes you're like, oh, story. And then you're like, well, I'm going to rest for 45 minutes and I'll wake up and catch the last 5 minutes.
I feel like it would have been okay if they would have, like, weaved it into a normal episode. If it would have went like back and forth between other characters instead of just being what it was the whole episode.
This episode was
garbage.
Not good. Like, the thing is,
people that don't watch Stranger Things will not care at all about this.
That's probably true. But like, I don't know. It was terrible, like, and it was cringy at times, and like, 11 lost any form of character development, in my opinion, that she had. Granted, honestly, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to pretend that Episode 7 doesn't exist. I'm going to pretend that it goes from Episode 6 to Episode 8. Because I'm not going to let it, detract me from the show.
I feel certain, even though we haven't watched the last 2 episodes, that if we'd have just skipped that episode, like, we wouldn't be lost. Like, we didn't gain any, like, good information.
No, the whole episode exists only for us to be right back in the same position we were before the episode. Like, everything that is discussed and happens in that episode is for naught. Like, because the episode ends with 11 just coming back.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I guess they wanted some form of character development with her and it backfired. I'm not saying that writer needs to be fired, but Netflix should consider giving people like a couple dollars off their next month's subscription, because that was pure trash.
Well, don't be surprised if they do try to make it like a spin-off. That wouldn't surprise me.
I mean, everything that's successful like that, they want to have spin-offs. I mean, even like Three's Company had Meet the Ropers, and I mean, everything has its spin-offs. But this is pure garbage. I don't know. I didn't care for the episode, if you could not tell. Tracy's now done. She's laying over here. But you know it's bad when she was like, yeah, I'll talk about how terrible it is. Again, the show itself up to this point has been fantastic. I've loved it. I thought the story has been great. This was just like a weird side piece. Almost like they didn't want it to be 8 episodes and they were like, we need an additional episode. Like, we need some filler in here. I don't know. And don't take that the wrong way. I'm not saying I'm a better television writer than a lot of people. I'm not saying that. But just, the episode was so out of nowhere. Like, imagine, like, I'm trying to think. Like, imagine that you were watching, like, an episode of, say, like, Hey Arnold, right? And then, like, you're following along, the story's going on, and then boom, out of nowhere, it's like an episode of like live PD where they like, you know, follow cops around with live cameras and like capture them like doing stuff. It's just like, it's so out of the blue, and you're just like, oh, okay, yeah, I guess this exists for whatever reason. You know what I mean? Takeaways from that episode are, I really, really did like the power that the sister had. What was it? I don't even remember her name. God, I hate it. What was the sister's name? I liked her power a lot. The idea that she can cast like illusions for people to see, and she can change what they see. I think that's cool. I don't know if I like it more than Eleven's power, like with the whole telekinesis thing, but like, for the most part, I thought that power was really, really cool. I just thought that, I don't know, the whole thing, it was just kind of weird. So, but that's the one takeaway. The power was cool, and I'm glad that they at least did touch on the fact that she's 11. Yes, there are other people out there like her that are named appropriately, like this chick was 8, right? So, yeah, I like that they did touch on that. I just wish that they would have done it in a more appealing and better way, because, man, that was rough. Not to keep harping on that, but it was bad. But yeah, I'm not going to let it detract me from the whole season. I'm just going to pretend it didn't exist. I still don't think it's bad. I've seen people who are like, oh, you know, season 2 is not as good as season 1, and stuff, and I don't know if they're counting this episode in that or not. I'm perfectly satisfied with season 7 up to this point. Season 2 up to this point. I think it's been a fantastic season. It's a little bit different, yes, but I think that they've adapted very, very well. See, season 1, everything was wrapped up, because, you know, you don't know if it's going to be a second season or not. Everything wraps up perfectly fine, nicely, and then it has just a little bit of a loose end to where they could make a season. And now that Netflix, I was talking to Stevie about this the other day. This is like, has any other digital show, like a Netflix or like Amazon or Hulu show, become this big? Like, this has transcended the platform that it's on. Like, this is like one of the biggest television shows right now, and it's a Netflix thing. And so, you know, hopefully, what am I talking about? I lost my train of thought. So yeah, season 1 ended with the, you know, loose ends could have enough, but now that they realize it's so huge, there's obviously a lot more stuff they can do because they know there will be multiple seasons. And I'm not going to stop watching, and I'm really anxious to finish the season out, and I'll probably do a little bit of a review on it like this. But I just wanted to touch today, like that episode, like I said, it was so bad. I told Tracy, I said, I've got to talk about this. Like, I had some stuff for the vlog, but like, this was so bad, I was like, I've got to make just a video about this. So let me know what you think. I know that I have some people out there that watch Stranger Things. I know Harry watches it. I know Raymond watches it. I know a bunch of people watch it. So I'm anxious to hear what you guys think. Don't spoil the ending. I'm sure somebody will. But, you know, just talk about, what did you think about episode 7? I'm really anxious to hear what you guys thought. Me and Tracy give it, if we had an infinite number of thumbs, I'd probably give it even more than that down somehow. Just an absolute travesty of filmmaking, but that's our thoughts on it. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Deal? But that is my Stranger Things Season 2, Episode 7. What are you doing, buddy? Season 7, Episode 2. Season 2, Episode 7. What the heck am I talking about here? Review type of thing. I just wanted to talk about that for a minute. So thank you guys for watching. I hope that was bearable. Hopefully it wasn't just me saying it's trash over and over. I hope that comes off well. So, like I said, I know Tracy was very, very disappointed. And I am too, man, because now it's almost bedtime and we don't have enough time to watch another one. So you just go to bed with that just stagnant, stale, ugh.
That's alright, we're going to finish it the next day or so.
So we're going to finish in the next day or so, though. So, but thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's rant, and I will see you guys tomorrow.